You're in the water loop.
Water loop, water loop, water loop.
Welcome to Waterloop. This is Travis here with Rima Anand from the Ashoka Trust for Research in Ecology and the Environment in India. Thank you for coming on for this conversation.
Hey Travis, happy to be here.
Congratulations on being one of the 10 finalists in the solution search for ways to address water pollution with behavior change. Very exciting. Could you summarize your solution in about 1 minute?
Thank you so much. Our major objective was to find a solution for the water pollution, especially the lake pollution caused by the menstrual waste. The solution we put forward was the replacement of synthetic sanitary pads by replacing it with sustainable alternatives like reusable cloth pads and menstrual cups. Of course, these solutions already exist, but our aim was to, through conscientizing and sensitizing the community, bring in them a behavioral change to adopt these sustainable alternatives, thereby reducing the lake pollution, reduce the health issues caused by the synthetic pads, and also reduce the social, environmental, and economic issues related to menstrual hygiene products.
Talk more about the problem. What's the problem really that you're trying to address with this solution?
I think before I speak about the problem, I think I should brief something about the geography of the area we represent. Ours is a geographically low-lying area from a globally important Ramsar site called Vembanad. This Esurine system is a labyrinth of major six rivers, their rivulets, canals, rivers, and ponds and lake system. So the major six rivers flowing into the lake, their rivulets comes to the lake ecosystem, affects the lake ecosystem and thereby the sea. And it also includes the below mean sea level farming system, Kutanad with GH status. It's a deltaic plain, it's an annually flooding area, and the area remains waterlogged for at least 4 to 6 months in a year. So it's such a very complex system. You can imagine the gravity of pollution in such a system. Around 1 million people depend on this assurance system, whose life and livelihoods are intrinsically related to the water resources. And though surrounded by water, Muhammad faces absolute scarcity of drinking water, and both the groundwater and the lake water, surface water, are remain polluted. And of the surface water pollutants, plastic plays the major role. And we found that menstrual waste, used synthetic sanitary pads dumped into these water bodies, adds the gravity of the pollution. And one synthetic sanitary pads is, it's equivalent to four plastic carry bags, and it takes 800 years to disintegrate. So it also causes health issues. The synthetic sanitary products cause health issues, starting from skin allergies to reproductive health failure and cancer. So we are trying to address this issue, the ecological and health issue faced by the women and the system in the area.
Hmm. Wow, incredible challenge. So, talk more about the solution that you have developed. I'd like to just hear about that in more detail.
The solution actually is very simple. We wanted the audience, the menstruating women in the area, to adopt, replace the synthetic sanitary napkins by adopting sustainable, reusable products like cloth pads and menstrual cups. The synthetic sanitary napkins, almost most of them, more than 95% of the content is plastic, super absorbent gels, and chemicals, which cause environmental and health issues. Replacing it with sustainable alternatives like cloth pads and menstrual cups. Cloth pads are made up of very soft and comfortable flannel cloth, whereas menstrual cups are made up of medical grade silicone. Both of these products are healthy alternatives to the existing synthetic sanitary pads, which doesn't cause any health issue and can be used for many years. So it's economically viable. It doesn't cause any environment adversities, and an important solution to address both these crises.
How did you get the behavior change to happen then? How do you get women to make this change?
So in our intervention, the intervention was actually quick started during our activities in Mohama. During a major event, the canal cleaning drives, we found piles of menstrual waste dumped into the water bodies. So it was a participatory activity where both men and women were involved, and the issue came to the public. So that was the point where we started the intervention. We started dialogues with the women in the area to find the real issue. What is the real issue? And what is the existing practices? What are the challenges they are facing in adopting the menstrual hygiene products? How they dispose it, and so on. So we created platforms to find out the depth of the issue and to discuss, to come up with solutions. So basically, it was breaking the inhibitions, existing social stigmas and taboos related to menstrual hygiene. Especially when you go into a rural area, it is the cultural and religious difference. There are so many complexities exist in the society against these menstrual hygiene practices. So breaking these inhibitions was a major challenge. So that the only solution was to make them talk about menstruation, find their own problems and find solutions by themselves. So we created open platforms to come up and discuss freely. It was not just like the mere discussions, but we created a space to share their worries, to exchange information, a kind of learning platform. So it included everything under menstruation, starting from what is menstruation, its physiology, the hormonal, emotional balance, how it affects the health of a woman, health of a family, and of course the health of the next generations. So then coming to the menstrual hygiene products, what are the products that they are using? What it is made up of, and what are the health and environmental issues that cause. So we found that it is the first time these women are talking about it openly and finding what the content of the products they are using, what are the issues they are facing. So it was like a holistic approach focusing on the health, environment, and even the economic aspect of these products. So it helped to create the awareness, disclosing the perceptions, myths, stigmas, and taboos, and come up and adopt these sustainable alternatives. That was the strategy we followed.
Hmm.
So when women is changing their behavior, changing the attitude towards this product, it's not just a change in the practice or product, but it means a lot. Because it also develops a conservative nature in them, an attitude towards to conserve the natural resources they are depending on. It means a lot.
Hmm. What impact have you seen since you put this solution into effect and to address this problem? What kind of impact have you had? How successful have you been?
Yeah, initially when we started the dialogues with the women, we found that when awareness is created, they were ready to accept the solutions. And then we went for some trials, providing the cold cloth pads and menstrual cups to try it out, and collected their feedbacks. So in the course of time, it caught the attention of the local self government. That was the biggest thing we did with the during our intervention. It was not easy to just go and transform the entire women in a community to adopt a new product, especially when the issues connected to this personal hygiene and menstruation. So, with the help of the health department in Kerala, we do have a well developed health system. Each and every panchayat is having health workers. They are called ASHA workers, called accredited social health activists. So every ward will be having two health workers. They will be assigned with 300 to 400 households. They have to visit each and every household in a month to deal with the health issues. So we trained them, capacitated them, and this collaboration of this local self-government, various arms of the government like health department, educational institutions. Then we also have Kudumbasri in Kerala. It's a largest community organization called Kudumbasri with a three-tier system where we have community development societies, under which comes area development societies and neighborhood groups. So through all these systems, we could reach each and every woman and each and every households in Mohama. And with all this collaborative and collective effort, we could see the change, attitudinal change among the women. So, with all this effort, we could change around 7,000 women in the area has shifted from the old the usage of synthetic sanitary napkins to adopting sustainable alternatives like cloth pads and menstrual cups. So, around 20 to 25% of the women in this rural area already have had the habit of using old clothes. That increased to 40 to 45 percentage, and rest of the 45%, we found that around 45% of the women started using cloth pads, and 10% of the women started using menstrual cups. Of course, regarding the menstrual cups, the change was very slow, especially being a rural area when it is mixed up with religious beliefs and cultural beliefs, the issue of virginity, and all kind of mixed up things. Initially, the change was very slow, but we could see that by we closely working with the community, the number of women adopting menstrual cups has been steadily increasing. And we could see that on a recent note from the online markets in India, we found that this project also had ripple effects among the entire women population in the state and different states and country. So that apart from these 7,000 women in Muhamma, many thousands of women from across the state also has been motivated to make this shift. So, as I said on a recent note from the online markets in India, it was said that the highest number of women customers of menstrual cup is from Kerala. So that itself shows that definitely it had a big impact among the women in not only in the among the women in Muhamma, but also the women among the states and the country.
Well, Rima, congratulations again on being one of the 10 finalists. It's a great group, and so you should be very proud to be among that 10. Good luck in the final voting, and thank you for sharing your solution.
Thank you so much. We are also very excited to be one among the 10 finalists. The main thing is that the solution it will motivate more and more women across the world to make such green switches, and let's save our environment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Waterloop, Waterloop, Waterloop.